author believes that GMO crops offer many advantages. However, we must seriously consider the risks of GMO crops to our environment, to people and animals, and question whether it is truly the only way to produce more food for more people. The use of GMO food is actually harmful to the environment. It negatively affects the ecosystem. First, when a GMO seed is manufactured to be herbicide resistant, and then it grows, let's say, into herbicide resistant corn. Then a farmer can spray the corn with herbicide and kill the weeds, but not the corn. However, that seed can cross-pollinate with weeds. It can also be blown to other areas and cross-pollinate with other plants and weeds there. This is a huge problem because then herbicide-resistant weeds will begin to appear everywhere. The weeds will not be able to be killed with herbicide at all, and they will grow uncontrollably. Resistance is inevitable. For example, corn rootworms are becoming resistant to the bacterial toxins in corn. The pests that bacterium is meant to deter will eventually not be affected. While it may be true that GM foods produce no acute, short-term negative effects, there could be subtle, long-term harm to people and animals. There's been no long-term study on GM food. Glyphosate, a main ingredient in herbicide, was declared a probable human carcinogen by an international agency. Herbicide containing glyphosate is used widely on crops grown in the U.S. The decreasing populations of butterflies and bees may also be attributed to GMO crops that contain pesticides. As pollinators, the nervous systems of bees and butterflies may be compromised. Furthermore, though the writer claims that the studies were independent, in fact, the studies that found GMOs to be safe were funded and conducted by the corporations that produce GM seeds and herbicides. Though the author argues that GMOs give higher yields and profits for smaller farmers, this is simply not the case everywhere. Many small farmers cannot afford GMO seeds for their farms. In some areas, it has been financially beneficial for small farmers to opt for organic farming. A study in India concluded that organic soybean production can produce higher yields than GMO crops. The diversity of an organic farm with a mix of crops actually deters pests as opposed to the monocultures of commercial farming. Also, this is financially more viable because when one crop fails, there are other crops that sustain the farm.